Good evening, and a very warm welcome to the Solomon Leadership Program graduation ceremony. My name is Leo Palatnik, and I stand before you today as a proud Solomon graduate. It's my honor to welcome Rabbi Alex Kahler and Chani Kahler, whose dedication has shaped our program, and Ms. Carolina Hertz, our tireless administrator. Welcome to our esteemed commencement speaker, Mayor Larissa Svechin, whose insight we eagerly anticipate. And of course, a special welcome to our mentors, the backbone of this program, whose guidance and support have been invaluable. Last but certainly not least, a warm welcome to our families and friends, whose love and encouragement have fueled our growth throughout this transformative year. My time here at Solomon has been incredibly impactful. Through this program, I have learned about the important pillars of character, tolerance, communication, vision, empowerment, persistence, strategy, and judgment. As every pillar and speaker with it came through, I felt as though I took a bit of them with me, giving me the knowledge and confidence to use what they taught for the rest of my life. I'd like to give a special shout out to my mentor, David Gitman, whose guidance and mentorship have been truly invaluable to my experience. The Solomon program has not only given me the skills I need to lead, but has genuinely changed me as a person. I'm extremely thankful for this experience and excited for what lies ahead. Thank you to everyone for being part of my journey. Tonight, we will hear remarks from our directors, the fellows, and our commencement speaker, Mayor Svechin. I hope tonight's ceremony will afford you an appreciation of our experience as fellows this year and all the ways we have grown, gained, and prepared for our role as tomorrow's leaders. Thank you, and please enjoy the program.
Good evening. My name is Daniel Kogan, and I'm honored to stand before you as a proud fellow of the Solomon Leadership Program. As we gather here tonight for the first annual graduation of the Solomon Leadership Program of the Sunny Isles chapter, I would like to thank the visionary leaders who paved the way for Solomon. In 2016, Mr. Larry Sosnow and Rabbi Moshe Shiner came together with a shared vision to shape the leaders of tomorrow by blending ethical leadership education with a formal mentoring program. It is because of their foresight and dedication that the Solomon Leadership Program came into existence. And today, in the post-October 7th world, the need for ethical leadership is clearer than ever before. This evening, I am proud to stand as a testament to this vision, ready to take on the challenges of tomorrow. We also owe our gratitude to Chabad Russian Center, Rabbi Alex and Hani, and Ms. Carolina Hertz, who brought the Solomon program to our community and had the vision and fortitude to make it happen. My experience with the Solomon Leadership Program has been a journey of personal growth. Throughout the entire process, I was able to learn more and more about the perspectives other people hold on issues and how people of all different backgrounds have been able to succeed in their endeavors. Despite facing challenges, everyone we have learned about through this program has managed to overcome their challenges and improve upon themselves through facing them. Following in their footsteps, I have realized some of my individual flaws through the program and started to understand how I can overcome them. Through discussions I had with my mentor, guest speakers, and the peers in my group, I was able to reflect upon my personal biases when making decisions and started to build better mental habits when making important decisions. While I am not perfect and still make mistakes while planning, I strive to utilize the lessons I have learned through this program to continue to improve upon myself and become the best leader possible. I especially want to thank my mentor, Dr. Nelly Zeltzman, for guiding me through this process of bettering myself and playing a crucial role in my development throughout the program. Tonight, as we celebrate our achievements, I want to once again extend my deepest gratitude to Rabbi Alex, Hani, Carolina, and the Chabad Russian Center, and the Solomon program as a whole. Your foresight and leadership have provided us with a path to thrive and succeed. It is because of you all here today that we stand here tonight, ready to make a difference in the world. Thank you.
What an honor it was to host this group in our show this year, something that my husband and I have planned and tried to do. Spoke to Sarmalka about 14 times over a span of 3 years, and this year I plunged and I said, we're doing it, and I'm so glad we did. Today marks the beginning of a journey towards growth, empowerment, and transformation. You are getting ready to embark on a path that will not only shape your individual destinies, but also pave the way for the future leaders of tomorrow. Leadership is not merely a title or a position of authority. It's a profound responsibility, a responsibility to inspire, to guide, and to serve. It's about igniting the flame of potential within ourselves and others and nurturing it into a roaring fire of success. Leadership is about recognizing our strengths, embracing our vulnerabilities, and committing ourselves to continuous growth and self-improvement. In this mentoring program, we have had the privilege of learning from those who have walked the path before us, mentors who have weathered the storms of leadership and emerged stronger and wiser. Their guidance, wisdom, and insights open the window of this conversation and discussion and introspection for each of you to consider on your own individual paths. Remember that the true essence of leadership lies not in the pursuit of personal glory or ambition, but in the service of others. It's about lifting others up, empowering them to fulfill their full potential, and creating a legacy that transcends our own lifetime. As you prepare to embark on your journey in adult life, embrace the challenges that lie ahead with courage and conviction. Strive for excellence in all that you do, knowing that your actions have the power to inspire and transform lives. So stand tall, shoulders up, and united in your commitment to become the leaders that our world so desperately needs. For it is not the titles of our careers that define us, but the impact that we make and the legacy that we leave behind. It's no coincidence that today we find ourselves celebrating your journey to leadership on the day that we finish commemorating Yom HaZikaron and begin to celebrate Yom HaAtzmaut. Now more than ever, it is imperative on you all to not just know your identity, but to understand it, connect with it, and practice it. Israel has become synonymous with being Jewish. Know your deep connection to our land, our people, and most importantly, our Torah. Stand proud in who you are. It is a privilege. Carry it with pride. I'm incredibly proud of each of you, and I look forward to watching you flourish, each in your own special way. I have to first thank Carolina, our administrator, and the force behind the productivity and the success of this program and the professionalism of this program. If it was me, I'd just be WhatsApping you all day. But because it's her, you got professional emails. Carolina is truly an example for all of our mentors of what responsibility looks like. Chief, today you're here to represent our speakers. You were a superstar. What an honor to have had you as our guest, so personal with our, I called you friends because I'm a Mora, with our fellows. They both start with that. Every single day, both Rabbi and I say, thank you, God, for bringing our life mission into this special city where we get to work with people like you. Thank you to our mayor, who is always ready and available on a whim. When I call her, she picks up the phone, and I know whatever I ask, it's going to be a yes. She's truly an example of leadership in our community, and it is a privilege to have her address you today. And lastly, I'm honored to have the privilege of the presence of some Solomon headquarter members here. We might be your smallest chapter this year, but based on the success, that won't last for long. I'd like to invite Rabbi Alex to share some words with us. And after that, we will ask everyone to rise for a Mishaberach for our soldiers, both of those that have gone and those that are protecting our land today. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm not going to do the regular Shabbos bilingual routine. I was given a very tight time slot, and I was warned numerous times that this would be a short speech. I want to acknowledge and welcome and thank all those present, starting with our mayor, our chief, Rabbi Shiner, who came all the way from Palm Beach and who founded this program, as was already stated. Of course, our members and the families, and last but not least, our fellows. It was a lot of fun for me, meaningful fun, to watch you throughout the year, to be present here, to hear your questions. And a special thank you, of course, to your families believing in us and in you giving this program a shot. This past Shabbat, we read a Torah portion that speaks about one of the mitzvot, which in today's day and age is not really applicable that much, especially for us living in diaspora. And that mitzvah is a mitzvah which is called Orla. Orla is the mitzvah that tells us that when we plant a fruit tree, the first 3 years of the fruits are off limits. We're not allowed to pick it. We're not allowed to touch it. On the year number 4, the Jew who would have this fruit tree orchard would take these fruits to Jerusalem, would eat it there, celebrate there, and only on the year number 5 you were allowed to actually do with this fruit as you please. And there is an interesting law, and the law says like this: what if you planted a tree and a tree started giving fruit? What if in year number 2 I decided to move the tree? Happens commonly. You take the tree out, you uproot it, you plant it somewhere else. Do you count the 3 years again from the scratch? Do you start anew? Oh, I already had 2 years here. Now I'm going to replant it. Now 1 more year, so it's year number 3. And Jewish law says like this: if you are going to uproot, yank the tree out, and replant it somewhere else, if it's just a tree on its own, you have to count 3 years again, starting from the scratch. But if you take the tree out with some dirt around it, with its ecosystem that nourished it, that gave its life and vitality, then you don't need to start from the scratch. All of you are about to be, not uprooted, but you are about to be taken from your habitat, from your homes, from your families, from your schools. Maybe it's a good thing if you don't like your school. But you're about to be replanted, let's call it, for the next X amount of years to college. And in college, and this is something painful, but it's a reality of today. In fact, my wife and I and our family, we traveled to Cambridge a few months ago to visit Chani's sister and my brother-in-law, who are Chabad at Harvard University. And there was a concert of this famous singer, Ishai Ribo. And he came to support the Jewish students at Harvard, because as you maybe have seen and followed what's happening today in Columbia and University of, I don't know, Harvard, Michigan, Pennsylvania, you name it. It's almost any besides the state of Florida. Here they tried it, and God bless our governor, it did not last too long. But we were shocked, my kids were shocked. This was their first experience when we were walking into the theater for a concert. And people with Free Palestine signs were standing there. But the more shocking scene were people with the sign, Jews for Palestine. And my 8-year-old Kenya, she turned to Chani as we were walking out of the taxi, and she says, "Mama, but they started, and it's not fair. Why? And why Jews are there?" And yes, you have Jews who perhaps did not get their Jewish education, who don't have or never ask the questions, or maybe they ask questions, but the answers that they were given are not necessarily the correct answers. So you're about to be uprooted from your home, from your habitat, and to be replanted elsewhere. But our habitat really is not our school, even a Jewish school. Our habitat that sustained the Jewish people and gave us vitality and nutrients for our survival for the past 2,000 years of exile is Torah and mitzvot. That's what makes you Jewish. That's what the fact that you and I are sitting today in 2024, and we are Jewish in Sunny Isles after Holocaust, pogroms, Inquisition, you name it. The fact that we survived, the fact that we are here, all of us, it's a mathematical improbability. It's a miracle. Why did we survive? I don't know if you know this saying. I don't remember who's the author, but it's a saying that I repeat many times, that modern Jews kept Shabbat, Shabbat kept the Jews. The only reason why you and I survived and why we are still Jewish here, even though we are Sephardim, Ashkenazi, we come from different backgrounds, but we have the same Torah and the same mitzvot. And that is the only reason. So many of you come from some of you come from more observant and traditional homes, some less. I implore you, you're going to go out there, and there will be Jews for Palestine, and there will be non-Jews for Palestine. And being Jewish, whether you wear it on your sleeve or not, you're going to encounter this. This is going to, if you're not going to look for it, it's going to look for you in today's day and age. Wear your Judaism proud. Never hide it. Never walk with the tail in between your legs. And know that the reason why we are still Jewish, and the reason why Israel exists, and the reason why we survived these years, because this land and our identity were not given to us by United Nations in 1948. This was not decided by the League of Nations. This was not decided by the Balfour Commission. And it's the land that was given to us by God Almighty. And we don't advocate, God forbid, for other people that live in this land side by side with us to be thrown out, to be expulsed from there. But you should know your answers, and if you don't know the answers, come ask me or ask Rabbi Tzanchani or the rabbi on the campus, Chabad rabbi on the campus. When you go in your college, university, take the nutrients, take the habitat, take your Judaism with you. If we yank you out of Judaism and we replant you in university, you never know what can happen to this tree. You may have to count from the scratch. The only reason why we survived, the only reason why we're still here, because we always took that habitat and those nutrients, spiritual nutrients, with us for 3,000 years since the Torah was given to us. I will conclude with a famous saying that is attributed to the chief rabbi of blessed memory of Great Britain, Rabbi Jonathan Sacks. And he would often repeat that the world respects the Jews that respect themselves. And the world rejects the Jews that reject themselves and their Judaism. Wear it on your sleeve, be proud of it, and never be silent. If you see injustice, no matter in which area, speak up, because it takes for silence and indifference for evil to survive. And we are the emissaries of God. You are messengers of God, all of us, and every decent human being. And with this, I will conclude, and I will wish you Mazel Tov, incredible accomplishment. It was amazing to see you all grow. Thank you again to our mentors, and thank you all for being here.
You're the announcer. Okay. Look at Stelly for a picture, please.
Stelly. Our favorite Stelly. We have to thank Stelly. Phenomenal
Round of
photographer.
applause for Stelly, please.
Yes.
You guys, of course. Avital. Hanan.
You don't get the Rebbetzin to hug you.
Come to the picture, Rabbi. Go over there.
Mona. Rebecca. Nasa. I feel like we can just
I can get this, girl.
Go get this girl.
Can we kiss her first?
Yes, you can.
You sick?
No favoritism here.
No. Nepotism. We can get Carolina also.
Oh,
On the other
sorry.
side.
Yes, of course. Olivia.
Well done, Olivia.
Daniel. Welcome back, Daniel. Leo.
It's true.
Leo.
Leo. I'll give Leo first. Oh, this is Leo's.
I don't need one.
Nah, come on.
Yes, you do.
You're not gonna let me get the college for that.
Thank you.
Galia.
This one I can give a hug, no?
Noah.
No, wait.
Here you go.
Madison, come here. No more.
And Rachel. I get to make sure I'm putting you the right way. Hold on. Picture.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Simona Gershik, and I'm a proud fellow of the Solomon Leadership Program. My journey with this program has been nothing short of transformative, and tonight I want to reflect on the profound impact it has had on me. When I first stepped into the Solomon Program, I saw it as an opportunity to fluff up my resume. Little did I know that it would become a profound journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Solomon wasn't just about building leadership skills, it was about uncovering the depths of my potential and understanding what it truly means to lead. One of the most significant aspects of my experience was the mentorship I received. From the moment I was paired with my mentor, Oleg Musa, I knew I had found a guiding light. Oleg's wisdom, experience, and unwavering support has been instrumental in shaping mine and my partner Nata's journey. The lessons we learned each session were never hypotheticals. Through the program's curriculum, we were able to learn countless stories of remarkable leaders who all changed history in their own ways. And because of that, our discussions were not just about theory, they were practical lessons infused with real-world experiences. Through Oleg's mentorship, I learned the importance of perseverance, adaptability, and resilience in the face of challenges. But it wasn't just the mentorship that made Solomon special. It was a sense of community and camaraderie that permeated every session. The group discussions were a melting pot of ideas, perspectives, and insights. Each session felt like a journey of exploration where we delved into the nuances of leadership, ethics, and personal development. Solomon introduced me to a side of my community I had never met before. Every session, I had the privilege of being introduced to vital members of Miami, and more specifically, our city of Sunny Isles Beach. We had the honor of listening to the stories of remarkable people, and we gained their personal advice for success in leadership. From the man who keeps the Sunny Isles community safe, our police chief, Chief Edward Santiago, who we have here today, to Mr. Sal Dreyer, a Holocaust survivor and founder of the Holocaust Survivor Band, who is showing the world that even 99 years old, nothing will stop him from doing what he loves, and especially, nothing will ever take away his pride to be Jewish. One of the most profound lessons I learned during my time at Solomon was the concept of self-reflection. The program constantly encouraged us to examine ourselves honestly, to confront our strengths and weaknesses, and to strive for continuous improvement. Through a lot of self-analysis and soul-searching, I gained a deeper understanding of my values, beliefs, and goals. I learned to embrace my strengths while acknowledging areas where I could grow. Not only did this ground me, but this process of self-discovery was both liberating and empowering, laying the foundation for personal and professional growth. Another key takeaway from Solomon was the emphasis on empathy and understanding. We were challenged to see the world through the eyes of others, to empathize with their struggles, and to cultivate compassion in our interactions. This mindset shift transformed the way I approach leadership, fostering a more inclusive and collaborative approach. I learned that true leadership is not just about exerting authority or control, but about inspiring, empowering, and uplifting those around you. As I reflect on my journey with Solomon, one underlying theme emerges: the power of belief. Belief in oneself, in others, and in the possibility of positive change. Solomon taught me that leadership begins with a belief in the potential of individuals, in the power of collective action, and in the ability to create a better future. It's about having the courage to dream big, the resilience to overcome obstacles, and the humility to learn from failure. In closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has been a part of this incredible journey. To my mentor, Oleg, who I cannot thank enough for guiding me in NATA with wisdom and grace. To my fellow fellows, thank you for your friendship, support, and shared commitment to growth. And to the Solomon program, thank you for providing this platform for personal and professional transformation. I truly will cherish the things I learned from the program forever. This experience would not have been what it was if it wasn't for the brains of this entire operation. I'd like to say the biggest thank you from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all the fellows to Hani and Carolina. This experience would not have been as incredible as it was if it was not for the two of you. The amount of work you both put into the program was not gone unnoticed, and it's been inspiring seeing how you have handled last-minute changes and obstacles so collectively and with such poise. As I embark on the next chapter of my journey, I carry with me the lessons learned, the connections forged, and the belief that anything is possible with dedication, perseverance, and a dash of courage. Here's to embracing the leader within each of us and making a positive impact on the world. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow participants of the Solomon Leadership Program, as I take this opportunity to sincerely thank Mr. Gitman for his essential guidance during my participation in the Solomon Leadership Program, I do so with a great deal of pride and gratitude. During our sessions, Mr. Gitman shared insights and advice that went beyond the basic fundamentals of leadership development. Because of his IDF experience, he was able to offer unique insights into the essentials of leadership that significantly deepened our understanding. Mr. Gitman frequently repeated the saying, "In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity." During talks about the character pillar, I was able to connect to this idea since it stressed how crucial it is to be calm and wise in times of difficulty. Using examples of specific military training, he discussed ways in which obstacles can be turned into forces for good by developing resilience and strategic thinking. This lesson has had a lasting influence on my approach to leadership, since it taught me how important it is to be adaptable and look ahead while handling challenging circumstances. Mr. Gitman created a collaborative and reflective atmosphere by pushing us to have important conversations and surround ourselves with others who share our same exact goals and values. Mr. Gitman, your mentoring has been a lighthouse of inspiration, pointing the way for us to become resilient, compassionate people in addition to competent leaders. Each of us have been forever changed by our commitment to our personal development, and for that we are incredibly appreciative. As I extend my sincerest thanks to you, Mr. Gitman, I invite you to join me to the podium, the stage, to accept a small token of our appreciation. Your influence will continue to shape our path a long time after the program has ended. Here we go.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Guys, please, together.
Thank you.
Good evening, fellows and mentors. My name is Olivia Kleinberg. My time spent at the Solomon program was both meaningful and inspiring. It was meaningful because I learned about the power of leadership and how it can help guide me in the community I choose to live in. The immense amount of valuable information I received from the mentors will follow me for many years to come. In particular, the mentorship I received from my mentor, Alana, has inspired me to make important decisions by using reasoning skills in future ventures. She has shown me that proper judgment changes the outcome of most decisions. Ilana's leadership skills have resulted in her enjoying a successful career as an attorney, and these same skills will prompt me to do the same in my future career. I appreciate our time spent together and the new goals I have set forth in my future thanks to her. On behalf of my group, we will forever be grateful to her and all the mentors. Please come to the stage to accept this small token of appreciation.
Hello everyone, my name is Nata Kaller, and this year while attending the Solomon Leadership Program, I was privileged to be the mentee of Mr. Oleg Musa. Mr. Musa is the embodiment of a leader who is firm in his opinions and morals, never swaying in the face of pressure. It was specifically in the character pillar where I was able to see this embodiment of a true leader in my own mentor when we spoke about not changing our opinions for others. Each session, when we would review the curriculum, Mr. Musa would ask our opinions on each matter and story, whether it was a controversial opinion or something different that most people agreed with. This taught me to stay true to my values, opinions, and morals no matter what the circumstances are. Mr. Musa is also a true leader when it comes to his humility and willingness to help others. In the Solomon curriculum, we would call this a servant mindset. His constant humility and willingness to help others emphasized to us the importance of using our platform as a leader to help others and not let our egos get in the way. I greatly appreciate the time and patience Mr. Musa has given us through this year at the Solomon Leadership Program. Every piece of knowledge and advice you had given us is appreciated and remembered. On behalf of our group, thank you for being such a great role model and mentor. Mr. Musa, please come up and accept a small token of our appreciation.
Hi, my name is Goya Rice, and I would like to thank my mentor, Dr. Nellie Zeltzman, for being my role model throughout the program. Throughout the Solomon course, Dr. Zeltzman has influenced me and my character, allowing me to become a better person. To start every meeting, Dr. Zeltzman would ask the group what a critical takeaway from the previous session was. My fellow Daniel and I would proceed to share something that resonated with us. After we shared, Dr. Zeltzman inquired about different questions from the reading, the guest speaker, and what we took away from that week's curriculum. She challenged our answers and always encouraged us to see things in a different light. In every session, we met and discussed how we would apply our lessons onto our personal lives. Dr. Zeltzman pushed me every week to reflect on my morals, what I want to be in life, and who I want to become. She has guided me into shaping a better future for myself and helped me understand how to apply different lessons to areas of my life. So thank you, Dr. Zeltzman, for influencing me, challenging me, and questioning me and my fellows so we'd each become a better person and a better, more capable leader. Please come to the stage to accept this small token of our appreciation.
Good evening, Solomon Fellows, mentors, staff, friends, and family. My name is Rebecca Haycock, and I'm a current junior at Pinecrest School in Fort Lauderdale. Throughout the course of the Solomon program, Dr. Zeltzman has instilled his incredible knowledge in me. He brought his life experiences to every pillar we discussed. At the beginning of each session, Dr. Zeltzman would ask us our opinions of the guest speakers, encouraging us to reflect deeply on the concepts discussed by the speakers and truly understand how the pillars we were learning about could connect to real-life situations. While I initially wanted Dr. Zeltzman to be my mentor because I saw his career as something to strive toward, as I've gotten to know him through the program, I realized his knowledge and perseverance are what really made him fit to be a mentor, especially my mentor. He taught me to never accept defeat and to always remain persistent, relating the current pillars we were learning about to both his life and ours as in my fellow Canon. And he taught me to never accept defeat and to always, And I'm extremely grateful to have been a part of this program and to have had him as my mentor. Thank you, Dr. Zeltzman, for being an incredible mentor and a role model for me. Please accept this token of our gratitude.
Look at the camera.
Okay, I'm staying here. Good evening again. Over the course of the year, I've had the opportunity to learn about the 8 pillars of leadership. Specifically, we had an entire pillar dedicated to communication and bettering our communication skills. To truly instill these concepts, each session would include a guest speaker who would reflect on these ideas and discuss how they use them in their real lives, communicating their experiences to us in very relatable ways. For our final project and visual presentation, I decided to create a mood board that represents the lessons I've taken from being a part of this incredible program. Inspired by how the guest speakers communicated with us at each session and the skills I learned in the communication pillar, this board focuses specifically on that pillar being communication. On this board, there are a variety of different emotions and moods that can represent how any individual is currently feeling. Users can simply grab a thumbtack and pin it on whatever emotion or mood that they're currently feeling. And this mood board aims to improve people's communication by helping them get in tune with their emotions and allowing them to express how they're feeling. And when we communicate better, we lead better. Thank you. And if you'd like, the pillar or the mood board is outside if you want.
I am jumping in to tell you to please take a moment to go out before you leave, if you haven't on the way in, to see the beautiful boards that are out there, as well as some of the 3D things that are out there. Avi, I just realized, did we push play on yours? We did? Okay, if not, I'm going to do it on way back before everyone gets out. So they took time to do it, we took time to print it, and I hope you take time to check it out.
Good evening, my name is Kaylee Aratunian. Throughout our journey in the Solomon Leadership Program, we have the privilege of hearing from esteemed guest speakers, each sharing valuable insights from their leadership experiences through the lens of our pillars. A couple of my personal takeaways from these inspirational individuals whose candid words of wisdom have left a lasting impact on us all. During the program, we were fortunate enough to learn from Mr. Gabriel Grossman, the former mayor of Belle Harbor and Jewish community leader for Character, Mr. Saul Dreyer, a Holocaust survivor and founder of Holocaust Survivor Band for Tolerance, Mr. Roche Lowe, an experienced reporter for Communication, Miss Irene Gamble, an activist and advocate for several causes for Vision, Mr. Daniel Ades, the founder and managing partner of Kawa Capital for Empowerment, DJ Laz, a renowned DJ for Persistence, Mr. Jacob Cotevel, the founder of JBL Assessment Management for Strategy, Chief Edward Santiago, our very own police chief of the Sunny Isles Police Department for Judgment. Each speaker shared invaluable lessons about leadership, offering practical advice and personal anecdotes that resonated deeply with us. Among many of these insights we gained, a few lessons stood out to me. DJ Laz emphasized to never give up on your dreams, no matter how big the obstacles standing in your way are, and that if you are driven and passionate about your goals, you will succeed. No matter what anyone tells you, if you put in the effort and are persistent, you will succeed. Passion is the fuel that allows you to stay driven in completing your goals. Without being able to stay persistent, by not letting any setbacks or other people's opinions get in your way, you will be able to succeed. If you want to succeed with the driving force of persistence and passion. Saul Dreyer is a 99-year-old Holocaust survivor. We were fortunate enough to hear about his experiences not only through the Holocaust but also about his life. Saul Dreyer left us with a message to try our best to be tolerant and accepting in situations where we might not agree with someone else's opinions. He also said that strength is the driving force of life, and in situations where you do not know what to do with strength, you can always find a light at the end of the tunnel and come up with a solution. These are just a few of the many important lessons we gained from our guest speakers throughout the program, and I am immensely grateful to each speaker for sharing their wisdom and insights with us, shaping us into the leaders we aspire to be. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Noah Riven. I am honored to stand before you today as we come together to celebrate our graduation. Throughout Solomon, we've had the privilege of learning from many accomplished leaders, one of whom was Mr. Jacob Cotavelli. Mr. Cotavelli manages and invests in real estate, and he shared with us the wisdom of how he built up his success. His journey from a business student in New York, not knowing which path to take, to a respected figure in the world of real estate is not just a story of financial success, but a testament to finding one's passion through perseverance. He told us how, through the span of his career, he explored various realms within real estate until he discovered the sector that truly resonated with him, retail. This evolution in his career reminds us that success often comes from a willingness to pivot and adapt until we find where our true strengths lie. As I enter college, this message holds a special significance for me as it underscores the importance of exploration and patience in pursuit of our true calling. On this note, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Mayor Larissa Svechin, who will share with us one final message about leadership. Larissa Svechin is a Jewish immigrant from the former USSR who moved to the United States in 1979 when she was 6 years old, along with her parents and two sisters under religious asylum. Larissa grew up in what is now Sunny Isles Beach after moving here in 1987. She went to North Miami Beach Senior High School before moving to New York City for college and eventually a career in advertising for one of the largest media agencies in the world, managing over $300 million in advertising. There, she met vital people and learned vital skills in money and management that helped her excel in her positions as commissioner, vice mayor, and mayor. She views her position as mayor as an honor and responsibility and strives to bring all stakeholders of the city together, believing that when everyone has a seat at the table, the city comes out on top every time. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mayor Svechin as she shares her insights and wisdom with us tonight. I am sure we will each take away an important lesson about being the leaders of the future.
Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Hani and Rabbi Paller. I have known you for many, many years, and still till this day, when I look at you, I still think more of Hani. You know, I've known some of these kids since they were 2, and some I've recently met when they came to visit me in City Hall. So what you have done here, I can speak for an hour, or maybe even more. I commend you for always supporting the children of this community and other communities. And just by looking at what these kids have done and the way that they speak, I'm honored to be here. Leo, thank you for pronouncing my name correctly. That is really important. And so I'm going to share some things with you. This is going to be somewhat interactive because I know that you guys are a little bit tired, but also I want you to kind of remember this. I'm going to ask you to do something that you normally don't do, and that's write with your hand and a pencil. So take this and pass one down, and you guys are going to have to share. So as I'm speaking, what I want you to do is something that I had to do many, many years ago, and maybe some of your parents in the audience had to do this kind of exercise. There are things that I'm going to say, some words that I'm going to mention, that you may find somehow reflect on what you have learned during this program or what it is you'd like to learn. And I'd like you to just write that word or those words down, and it's just for you to keep. And then I'll talk to you about it a little bit later. So some of these words: integrity, patience, honesty, commitment, hard work, grit, and sacrifice. And they're not in any order, and I'll repeat them again if you need me to. And like I said, it's going to be somewhat interactive. I'm going to try to keep to my time because I want you all to understand how important it is to make sure that your audience is engaged when you're speaking. So I need 2 volunteers. All right. No, the kids. Thank you, Chief. Leo, I need, do you have your phone or a watch? You have a watch. Watch is better. I want you to signal to me when it's about 5 minutes in, okay? And then Leo, I want you to do the same thing when we're getting at about 8 minutes, okay? Great. So as I mentioned those words, and I'm going to say them again. Integrity, patience, honesty, commitment, hard work, grit, and sacrifice. I want you to choose 1 or 2 of those as I'm speaking that are really important to you. So what is community involvement, and what does it mean to all of you? What I've seen from your speeches is that you all are incredible speakers. You seem to be really prepared, and I've only learned about this program recently, and in all transparency, Morahani did just call me a few days ago, so I didn't get a chance to really look into it. But like I said, I know some of you guys, and I also heard you speak. And I think that you all have an idea of what community is. For me, what community is not just our community of Sunny Isles Beach. It is a greater community of Jewish people, of people that are my age, of people that I connect with. For instance, like our police department, who I support very much, who I think many people here support. But it also starts to be a bigger community. And some of this was touched upon by the rabbi. When you guys go out to, whether, I know some of you are juniors, when you're going to 12th grade and when you're going to college, you're going to be going into a much larger community. A community that sometimes is not going to be very, is not going to necessarily embrace you, but you need to persevere. And one of the things that's going to keep you in that place is integrity. And again, some of the things that were already said was knowing your values and how important those values are to you and why you want to keep fighting for those values. And when you are giving back to your community, choose something that you really like, not necessarily something that's going to just fluff up your resume, but something that I think you guys, it seems like, got a taste of something that you already enjoy. Some of it might be having to do with children. Some of it might have to do with Holocaust survivors and the elderly. But I want to talk to you about a little bit of what got me excited about this and what got me involved. Like was mentioned, very nice introduction. We came to this country in 1979, and at that time, and maybe some of your parents also came to this country when they were little, this wasn't a time where the Soviet Union was allowing the Jews to leave. They kind of wanted the Jews to leave all the time. It was when the United States allowed us to come in. And that's part of the history that a lot of people don't really learn in school, is that it's not always been very welcoming, as you all probably know from studying the Holocaust. And we were only allowed to have very, very little money with us, the equivalent of $800. And so one of the things that we were able to enjoy was charity, tzedakah, and meeting people that were trying to make this place a better place. And that was the Greater Miami Jewish Federation. Seeing those people and what they were willing to do for us, who we did not speak any English, we did not have any money, we did not have any concept of what it was to be in America, was so impactful to me as a child that that was the very first step that I took into getting involved with the community. Something else that happened that was very unusual, now it's a little bit more acceptable, but back then, so many years ago, you didn't get to meet a lot of people that were different from you. And I was very lucky when I was in school. I got to participate in the Special Olympics. And I got to meet and give out donuts, and this is how impactful it was to me, to children with Down syndrome. It was the first time in my life I ever saw children with Down syndrome. And for me to be able to have the honor, and that's really important for you all to understand, is when you are giving back to your community, it is an honor for you to be doing that, because you've been put to a place, you've been elevated as a leader to be able to give of yourself. That was really impactful because it was something that I was not very comfortable with. And so it's important, again, to choose things that perhaps you are somewhat uncomfortable with, because it's not always going to be a linear path. So speaking of which, you know, some of the other things that I did were unusual. 5 minutes, thank you. Was when I was in high school, I did not have what you all have. You have an incredible support system. My parents were working from, 5 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock at night. So take advantage of that. What I did when I was in high school was I couldn't find a place for myself, so I just created it. I just started my own club. And that was, that was allowed. And you guys have so many more opportunities now than we did, because really whatever it is you guys want to do, like the girls that came to see me, like you guys just cold called me, which is amazing that you did that, because sometimes that's all it takes, knowing how to pronounce someone's name correctly and then be willing to just call them and ask for something is really important. Then the other thing that I think you should consider is when you are giving back in the community or you are choosing positions of leadership, know that it is somewhat of a selfish choice, because you're doing it to make yourself feel better, but you're also doing it to pass on these values to your children, and to also honor your parents and honor your grandparents and all those people that came before you, because nothing that you have done till this time has been only because of you. It's been with the enormous help of the people in this room and the many people that came before them. I wanted to just really touch upon, because I know I'm running out of time, some of the other unusual things that you all might be interested in and that you have available to you wherever you go. For instance, some of the work that I do, again, really unusual, but it's taking me out of my comfort zone, is I work at a think tank that develops policy and programming for re-entering persons. Those are persons that are coming back from prison. So that means sitting down with them and talking to them and figuring out how to make them a more viable person in our society. One of the biggest things that has helped me during my time as an elected official, but way before that really, is choosing things that are really uncomfortable, like campaigning. That's not fun. So I don't know if any of you have been in student government or you're looking to go into that level of leadership. One of the things that you learn the most about yourself is when you're doing things that are uncomfortable. And I want to just say to you, I'm going to go back to those words really quickly because I want to make sure that you hear them. Integrity, patience, honesty, commitment, hard work, grit, and sacrifice. I think grit and sacrifice are probably one of the most difficult things to learn. Thank you. Because those aren't things that you're going to necessarily be able to read about. Those are things that you get through experience. The last thing I want to say to you is, and this is something that has struck me recently, as Jewish leaders, you have a responsibility. And the rabbi mentioned this when he was speaking about what's happening in college campuses, but it's not just in college campuses, it's happening everywhere. You would be surprised to know we have it even in Sunny Isles Beach. And the rise in anti-Semitism, it is profound. It's so bad that I'm actually on calls on a weekly basis, if not more often, to discuss these things with other leaders in the community. And so you need to take that as something that you will always carry with you wherever you go. Because as the thing that I say the most, and I speak mostly to non-Jewish students, is if it starts with the Jews, it doesn't end with the Jews. And I'm going to tell you that wherever you go, it's going to be the hardest thing that you do, because your age right now, you are someone that wants to really get along with other kids, and you want to be liked. And one of the hardest things to do is to stand up for what you believe in. And I think that you all, this group that I have seen, that I have known some for so many years, I feel so confident and comfortable that you are going to represent these two amazing people and this fellows program with the highest level of integrity and commitment that we could ever expect. And I can tell you right now, I feel so happy that I heard you guys, because now I know we're going to be okay.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rachel, and I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight. Being asked to make the last speech at the graduation ceremony this evening is truly an honor. I would like to pose a question to all of you, one that I've been asking myself a lot throughout this entire journey. What exactly does being a leader entail? Does it mean having the capacity to decide quickly? Does it mean that you can motivate other people? Is it primarily about possessing strong social and communication abilities? One of the things I have enjoyed most about this program are the incredible guest lectures that came to Solomon. I was able to learn a lot about what it takes to be a leader by having the chance to hear these motivational speakers every week. Furthermore, the passages in the homework were genuinely interesting and had a lot of practical applications for my life. The majority of the homework tasks made me pause and consider my personal traits and admirable traits, and had a significant influence on how I organize my day, and more importantly, how I perceive myself. I would also like to thank my mentor, David Gitman. Through our meaningful discussions at each session, I was able to plan out how to implement these traits and pillars into my everyday life. Today, I have the answer to my question about being a leader. A leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. The Solomon program truly embodied this sentence. I have learned many valuable leadership skills, which I now apply daily. All things considered, this program has truly improved my life. With great confidence, I declare that we will all be leaving here today having completed this program with a great deal more knowledge and insight than when we came in many months ago. Thank you, and please enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, that officially commences our very first year of the Sunny Isles chapter of the Solomon Leadership Program. Thank you all so much.